already smiling, you know this is going to be a good review. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Animation Station. Welcome back to our Invasion of the Apes marathon, and we are getting close to the tail end of it because after this, we only have 2 more movies to go. War for the Planet of the Apes and the brand new one, Kingdom, that's coming out in 2 days. So, yep, we're getting close to the end of it now. So let's go ahead and dive straight into this next installment, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, the direct follow-up to Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which if you don't remember is my favorite of the series so far. So, as we've seen throughout this marathon, usually when there's a movie I really like, they follow it with a movie that's either average or really bad. Like, think about it. The original, which I really liked, was followed up by the absolutely awful Beneath. Then, we had the excellent Conquest, which was then followed up by Battle, which was painfully average. So, naturally, I was afraid this would follow that same formula, but thankfully, it doesn't. It's not as good as Rise. It is a little bit of a step back from that movie, but this is still great, and I still have a lot of great things to say about it. This is going to be a bit more of a generalization more than a full-on review, because I'd mostly just be saying the same positives and praises as I did in the first movie, so instead, I'm just going to give more of a generalization of this one and explain my biggest problem with it and why it's not better than Rise. So, here's my written review. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Time for the second installment in this new Apes series, and following after Rise, I had pretty high expectations for Dawn, and they were mostly met. This is definitely a great sequel that successfully ups the ante in terms of its story, effects, and especially its action. But unfortunately, it came at the detriment of one of the core elements of Rise that made it so instantly memorable, which is my biggest problem with this movie, the human characters, specifically the main human protagonists, which have unfortunately suffered a pretty huge downgrade in this second film. They're not bad per se, they're better than all the freaking crappy freaking Monsterverse human characters, way better than those. And I do appreciate them trying to keep that touching emotional connection with Caesar that was in the first one. But sadly, as characters, these main protagonists are very generic, and don't have nearly the same amount of likability or investment as Caesar's human family did in Rise. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but that's just the way I see it. I don't have that same connection or investment that I had in Rise. With that said, however, the rest of the positives from Rise are still here. Circus's Caesar is still amazing, arguably his best role ever. The effects are still great, the story's still excellent, the writing is still adult and sharp, the ape characters are all fantastic, the grandiose epic feel is still here, the world building's even better, the cinematography is still great, the directing is still great, this time from Matt Reeves, who takes over the reins from the previous director. I still haven't been able to figure out why, but I'm okay with it because he did a good job keeping it at least in the main quality level. Not to mention it's Matt Reeves. The dude made the Batman. He gets a free pass for pretty much anything. The fantastic third act, which is honestly even better here, and dare I say downright damn I can't talk today. Electrifying. It is an electrifying, fantastic third act. Hell, they even finally fixed this entire franchise's biggest continuing issue and gave us a legitimately great villain. Seriously, Koba is by far the best villain of this entire franchise. Easily. Who kept the stakes and tension high all the way throughout, and he was scary, he was intimidating, and you had no idea when he was going to show up next. Seriously, Koba is an awesome villain. Overall, this is a great movie and a very, very good sequel to Rise, but unfortunately it's just not on that same level because it's missing that essential emotional connection with the main human protagonists. That's my big problem with this movie, and that's why it's not nearly as good as Rise was. Rise was a masterpiece. This is a great follow-up. That's just the way I see it. Again, that might just be a me thing, I don't know. Final verdict for this movie is an easy high 9 out of 10. I can still say it's great, I can still say it's fantastic, and I can still highly recommend checking it out. definitely recommended, but don't expect anything close to the quality of Rise, or you'll be vehemently disappointed. That's just the way I see it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this immersive every single day. And I'll see you for the next review, War for the Planet of the Apes. Or actually... Nah, don't spoil the surprise. See you in the next review.
We cannot take it anymore. The time is going. Prepare, fight, we're ready for this. I really hope that I'm ready for this.